The following is a presentation of TFNN. It is now time for the Diagnostic Trading Hour with your host, Darrell Martin.
And I got Lou from Fairfield, Connecticut, man. How you doing, Lou?
I'm doing good, Darrell. And I got to tell you, you're not just blowing hot air out there. I think the way you look at the market is terrific. You're a nice guy as far as over the TV. All the research you do, all the homework you do, I truly appreciate it. I appreciate your view of the market. It's awesome.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044. Now, Darrell Martin.
All righty, folks. Welcome back here to the Diagnostic Trading Hour. I'm your host, Darrell Martin, right here on TFNN. Check us out on TFNN.com there at Tiger TV. Also, check us out on your mobile phone at TFNN.mobi, anywhere you're traveling. And make sure if you're live inside the eSignal platform, you can check us out on live broadcast in the platform right there. All right, I hope everybody is having a great day. Let's check out where the markets are at right now. We got everything sort of bumping with those highs from yesterday. Right now we got the S&P right now is down a point. We got the Russell up 1.7. NASDAQ is up 8. Dow is down 3. Pretty quiet, pretty volatile, just oscillating back and forth between just a few points right there. We got copper right now is down 0.25%. We got gold is down $1 on the day. Silver is currently pretty flat on the day at the moment. Oil is up 44 cents, 0.5% move. We got natural gas down nearly 1%. And looking on over at, don't forget, by the way, we got oil moved to tomorrow and natural gas moved to Friday. On their inventory reports due to Veterans Day yesterday. Was a pretty fun day. I went out and my daughter at her school, there's a thing at fathers.com.org. If you go to it, they have a thing called Watchdogs. And it's where dads go and volunteer at the schools and help out. And they check all the doors. They're there for security. They help out with the teachers and hop between classes. Kids get to wear a special shirt. Their dad wears a shirt. Just a cool thing. But also, what was really cool about it is she is in the choir, went to go sing at City Hall there in North Richmond Hills. Got to sing for the veterans that were there. And so I was proud of her. She did a great job. And but anyways, just some cool things on Veterans Day, and but just a reminder for you as a trader to bump those inventories back a day, and that'll make the ranges a little bit different as well because they're on different days, different times. Hopping on over, corn up 3 points on the day right now, about 1%. Soybeans moving on down 15 points, down 1.5%. Checking out our currency pairs, we got the pound dollars down 112 pips, down right there at 2 deviations. We got the euro dollar down 27, euro pound up 23, dollar franc is up 23. We'll get on over at the dollar yen is down 33 pips, euro yen is down 89 pips on the day. So some pretty good movement there. Aussie yen is up a mere 4, Aussie dollar up 35. We got our bonds right now are up about 30%, and the dollar index is currently slightly positive on the day. There's not a lot of massive movement on that. But like I said, that pound definitely making some nice big moves overall. Diving on in, looking at our news plan and what we got on the list here. Let's check that out. It's a pretty quiet week overall. Just a lot of be aware events, except for, tonight we do have one event. Last night we had a couple events. And again, they were overnight, but let's check them out. One of them was a straddle. We were expecting a good move on the pound dollar. So let's check out what happened and where that's at right now. And going on back, we were looking at an 11 p.m. over here. So we'll move this over a little bit. 11 p.m. and we were taking that out to, 7 a.m.? So if we go in and find the marker here, let me put that crosshair back on. But 11 p.m. and moved on over to 7 a.m. right there, and we got some pretty good movement. We got 68 pips out of the move. The trade I called out for you on Monday to be aware of for that was we were looking at a pound dollar near 11 for 7 o'clock with a minimum risk of $40. It moved 68, so basically you lost 20 on one side. You made, about 48 on the other side, netted about a $28 profit on the trade. Not perfect, but not too shabby. And, flew up, a very volatile one, but worked out well overnight there. Going on in, we also had the Euro Industrial Production Report. So let's go ahead and check out the Euro dollar and see where it's sitting at right now. Looking on at the Euro dollar, bringing that on up for you. And we're looking for a move of in between 35 pips between 11 p.m. and 7 a.m. on the Euro. And so back it out over here. There we go. All right. So right here, 11 p.m. to 7 o'clock. And what kind of movement did we have? Well, there's the 11 o'clock marker right there. And then take that on over here to 7 a.m. And overall, we did have some good movement, but it literally was a net zero right there between the two prices. So looking at a max profit on that Iron Condor. And again, we're looking for, up to $35, their minimum profit of $35 between buying the lower spreads max profit and selling the upper spreads max profit, and working out rather well. Okay. Let's see. That wraps up the Euro dollar for us. As far as today, we had pound inflation report. There's quite a bit of be aware events that were coming on out. Pound CB index. The governor, Bank of England, Carney, was going to be speaking about inflation. So, just a lot of pound, which added to all that volatility throughout, the overnight session there, Euro session, and then just continued on down. This morning we had wholesale inventories, not necessarily a great tradable event, but one just to know that's there. Canadian Governor Council member speaking, and caused a little bit of volatility, but not a whole lot. FOMC member speaking at 12 o'clock, and from 12 to 1. And let's see, what was that about? Let me dig back into that one. And let's see here. They're doing a speech clarifying the objectives of monetary policy in Wisconsin. Not necessarily a major speech that's going to, rock the markets there all by itself. We had a 10-year bond auction at 1 o'clock. Earnings release coming out. We got Cisco, some other ones coming out as well. I think Penny's comes out also today. But anyway, so Cisco right there coming out at 4:05 is when that was released. And then New Zealand coming out can affect the Aussie and the yen right there at 4:30. So just be aware if you're trading those late into the session. Yen has a couple small reports coming out later this evening. Yen core machinery. Aussie has my inflation, and the Aussie RBA governor there, Kent, is going to be speaking at 8:30. That can cause a little bit of volatility as well. His speech looks like, if they give us the details on it, be speaking at the Australian Business Economist event in Sydney. So, since he's one of the responsible members there for the Reserve Board and, interest rates and stuff, people will pay some attention to him. Not a massive, monetary policy speech, but nevertheless, people still listen to what he says to get any kind of clue that they can interpret. Okay, so that right there covers the Be Aware events for this evening. We do have another trade. We have the Frank PPI coming out. That event's going to come out at 3:15 a.m. So for that trade, what we're going to be looking for an 11 p.m. entry with a 7 a.m. expiration for a minimum profit of $35 on the Frank PPI report. Again, that's getting in at 11 on a Nadex spread, buying the lower spread, and selling the upper spread, because it'll be three spreads. It'll be a lower spread, a middle spread that sort of strangles the current price, and an upper spread. And there'll be a master spread that's just really wide. So we're ignoring the master spread, we're ignoring the middle spread, we're buying the lower and selling the upper, opposite of a straddle. We're looking at the max profit on those two spreads. We want that combined max profit to be a minimum profit of $35, okay? Now, going on into tomorrow, we got, as well, we got the China Industrial Production Report coming out at 12:30 again. Can have a pretty good impact on the Aussie and the yen there. Some earnings releases in the morning. Walmart will be coming on out there. We got, they should come out at 8:10. CAD and HPI coming out, small event. Unemployment claims, being a hot topic, could be a little bit more impactful than normal. So just be aware of that one. We got the U.S. JOLTS job openings. Weekly oil inventory, again, being bumped to Thursday with the holiday this week that we had. And Canadian Governor Council member speaking. Looking at tomorrow evening, we're going to be looking at the Euro final CPI, the flash GDP, and the final core CPI news trade being released at 5 o'clock, okay, or 5 a.m. And so with that, we're looking for a pretty neutral trade overall. Those usually are not massive movers because they're euro numbers, meaning they're compiled from the other countries, so much of the information is pretty much built in. And we'll be entering around 11 o'clock for a 7 a.m. expiration, looking for a minimum profit of $35. Again, buying the lower spread and selling the upper spread on Nadex. Let's see here. We got Friday, G20 meetings. Friday, Saturday, G20 meetings are going to be going on. And I want to say those are over in Brisbane. I was talking to some of the guys that I work with and traders and programmers that I work with. And they were talking about how everything's getting all built up. They're getting all ready for it. And let's see here. Yep, it is in Brisbane. They'll be talking about the Russian-Ukraine crisis and other things like that. Apparently, China's actually building a wall around where they're staying. And I'm not joking. Like, they really told me that they're building a wall, so I'll just assume it's true. But I sort of made a joke about how they like walls. But they do have one wall coming down. This Monday, they actually opened up the ability for massive fund managers and stuff like that, like the retail investor, to actually be able to trade stocks in the Chinese market, even though it ranks pretty high on the corruption area. But they are opening it up. Most major brokers, like TD Ameritrade and others, are sitting back and just sort of letting things play out and letting the process get a lot more electronic and automated before they get involved. But that is one wall that is coming down as they're joining more and more into the free enterprise society. We'll see how free that enterprise that really is. But they are opening it up. Anyways, be aware that the G20 meetings are coming up, and random news can come on out and can definitely impact your trades, okay? So you just want to know that, and then anything you're holding over the weekend, I mean, who knows what's going to be said, okay? So, other things coming out, Euro French preliminary GDP, German preliminary GDP, that could be a pretty decent one. Not necessarily a tradable event, but one that definitely can have an impact. That comes out at 2 a.m. Looking on over at 2:45, we got French preliminary non-farm payrolls and German Bubba report coming on out there at 6 a.m. Other trades on the day, Friday, we had a couple other trades that you can look at. One of those is a CAD manufacturing cells. Well, on Friday, we'll be looking at a iron condor on this. We'll be going in and buying the lower spread, selling the upper spread for the 10 a.m. expiration, entering at 8 o'clock, looking for a $25 minimum profit between the two combined. And there's another one we can do over there on the euro, looking at the U.S. core retail sales and import prices between 8 and 10. That pretty much sums up the major news events. Natural gas will be bumped on to Friday at 10:30. Other events coming out, U.S. preliminary University of Michigan Consumer Sentiment Report, very small impact. U.S. mortgage delinquencies coming out at 10 a.m. and U.S. business inventories. All right, that wraps up your news for the week. We'll be back right after this break.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock and option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
The Path of Least Resistance is David White's daily trading newsletter, and if you're looking for active trading ideas, then now's a perfect time for a 30-day free trial to this powerful daily trading advisory service. David uses his years of trading experience to offer his subscribers his trading ideas each morning in his Path of Least Resistance newsletter. Using a combination of equity trades along with options, David keeps his subscribers up to date with all pertinent market information with intraday afternoon updates when warranted. Don't miss out on this great chance to get a 30-day free trial to David's daily newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, with no obligation to pay anything. David has been delivering solid recommendations for his subscribers recently, and if you'd like to see the type of newsletter he delivers every morning, then visit the front page of TFNN, and you'll find The Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. For all the details and to start your 30-day free trial today, log on to TFNN.com now.
With the launch of Tiger TV, TFNN has brought our programming to the next level. With Tiger TV, you can gain access to each host's charts and computer screens as they host their daily stock program. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, David White, Larry Pesavento, Andy Hecht, Thinkorswim, or Darrell Martin, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on Tiger TV for your viewing pleasure 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't checked out Tiger TV, then visit TFNN.com and see what you're missing. Darrell takes your phone calls now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
All right, folks, we're going back here to the Diagnostic Trading Hour. We just got your weekly market wrap all summed up there and ready for you. Going in, looking at just a few trades and charts, and then we'll dive into some general news and some day trading plans of what's all coming up. Looking out over MVP, having a great evening there. Just guiding early this morning, I guess, guiding south. Not only did it go down last night, but then it reset for a nice 6 a.m. descent all the way down to 2 deviations. Going in. And looking over here at the Aussie 10-minute report, we got a little bit of a short. It's pretty neutral. Then give us a nice long on up for, small gain of, about, 20 ticks or so on that one. Trade right there. Looking at the euro dollar, got a little bit of an up move right there. Moved on up. Getting close to that deviation before pulling on back south, telling you, hey, bail out of the trade. Great neutral trade, not necessarily a great directional trade, pretty flat overall. We'll get on over at oil. Same thing, sort of popped on up, hit the settlement price. We had a lot of settlement bounces today, by the way, going on. Looking on over at the general news, Wall Street slipping from its latest record there. Some banks falling on down. We got Canadian stocks advancing with energy, gold mining shares rising on up. And looking on over at the Aussie dollar, it's actually hitting fresh 1 week highs. Natural gas extending its decline even further. Brent crude near 4-year lows. And so far, everything untouched by OPEC. And I think we'll see sort of an interesting, that'll be I think one of the big takeaways to watch from this G20 summit is sort of what comes out of the whole Russian-Ukraine thing and oil and everything else. Looking on over at the FTSE, it's been pushed on lower by supermarket stocks and banking stocks of what's making up the FTSE 100 right there. All right. Well, we talked about today's news. We got the rest of the week's news all wrapped on up. Let's dive on in. Let's check out where we are at on the current day for the day trading plans. See if we can pick up and learn from each one of these. Okay? 1 second here, and I'll pull that chart up and over here, and we'll get a look at it. Okay, so I was pulling up the pound there. All right, so on the pound dollar, we had a entry right over here this morning to go long. It went long. It hit it at 10 a.m., so unless you're trading, Euro session, all that stuff, at 10 a.m., had an entry to go long right there, went on up. Here was our first target, was at 58.20. We did hit that first target. Did not get, let's see here, to target 2 up to 58.50, but got target 1. Came on back down, has not reset. I want to see, on the 10-minute bar, I want to see a bar close to high below the low of that entry price. Has not reset yet to give me a chance to look at potentially re-entering on the trade. So not too shabby of a trade overall for the day. Then looking at, we had another trade over here on the 1A side. It popped on down. That one, if you were trading at around 30, 40 there, would have went about 20 ticks against you on that one. Let's see here. What else do we have going on? And let's see, right there. Yes, I missed that by just barely a tick, so did not get back in. Looking on over at the euro dollar, and then we'll hop into the indices as well. Check it out. Sort of in a no man's land right now, waiting on a further decline before we dive on into the trade. And right there, so we're looking for a potential entry right there. One deviation is at 24.10. Expected to see some, the pressure sort of stopping there and pushing on back up the other way. We'll see if that works out, but that's where we're planning to look for an entry, 24.10. Again, on 10-minute bars, looking forward to break the high after it hits that price to confirm to stay in the trade up to 24.28, then 24.41. Break the high of the bar that triggered it, or within 3 bars, so within 30 minutes, or the second bar after the bar that triggered it breaks the high of the first bar after the bar that triggered it. So basically, the 30 minutes after the bar that got triggered, that high is broken, or within 20 minutes later, the first 10 minutes after the bar was triggered there, that high gets triggered. And that'll confirm to stay in there or not on that trade. Looking at a stop down there at 28.35. All right, so that's one trade we're looking at. We'll look through and see if there's any others. Stay right there. We'll be back after this break.
In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Techno-Mental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Techno-Mental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you will lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Techno-Mental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Darrell Martin coined the phrase diagnostic trading, and we're happy to announce that his diagnostic box spread analyzer has finally been released. The Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer helps you easily identify the best box spreads on Nadex in seconds, plus you receive access to the diagnostic deviation levels, as well as step-by-step training videos teaching you how to trade Nadex spreads so you can quickly master the mechanics of this simple yet powerful trading instrument. By pulling live data from the Nadex exchange, the Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer does all the math for you, calculating risk, reward potential, distance to break even for both outright spreads and spreads used to hedge the underlying market. Visit the front page of TFNN.com today to get your 2-week free trial to Darrell Martin's Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer and gain access to the valuable information it can provide when trading the Nadex box spreads.
Who says you can't take it with you? TFNN says you can. With your mobile device and TFNN's live radio streams, TFNN has put it all in the palm of your hands. No special apps to download. No subscription fees for live radio or Tiger TV streams. We say you can.
Now let's go over to the dollar, because the dollar is going to be the generator. It is the generator of basically higher dollar, lower market. And what the dollar has done, and this whole uptrend, folks, has just gone sideways. The way it works, folks, is this.
We say you can. The Tiger Financial News Network. Smart investors and professional traders know you can. TFNN.com. Educating investors. This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
All right, folks, going back here to the Diagnostic Trading Hour. So going through it now, reviewing today, I would knocked out euro dollar, pound dollar, checking out the dollar yen. Dollar yen this morning, how did it work on out? We got a short right over here. To go short right there, 3:50 in the morning, if you were trading that early. We'll go through, pardon me, each scenario. But right here, went on short, and the second bar there broke the first bar. So if one of the first 3 bars breaks it, second bar also broke the first bar. So the entry bar. So it broke the entry bar, and it broke the first bar. So with that, we're in the trade. Sort of oscillates around, comes down, hit, take profit. Comes up, it gets a reset because the bar closes with the low of the bar above the entry price on a short. Allows for re-entry. Second bar breaks below the first bar. Boom. Goes, and takes profit. Okay? Comes on back up. That one would have worked. Oh, wait a minute. Well, I guess we got the long, too, right? So it comes down here. Hits the long at 11.15 or 1:15. Hits that. Goes on up. Hits the first take profit with a few tickets of the second take profit as well. Goes back to the short, but we haven't had a reset. We haven't had a bar close at the low above the entry price. So we miss out on that profit. We miss out on this profit on the way back up. But then, and I mean, that's so, you're going to miss out on some of the wins. But then we miss out on a loss due to using the exact same rule. Because right here, we don't have a reset yet still to go short, and then it flies up and gets us and would have been a losing trade. So, it does pay off to be patient. In this case, it would have been net positive one trade on the thing, but it can go either way on you right there. But we got 3 nice trades out of it for the day. And let's see here. What else we got? That's the US yen. We got the pound dollar, euro dollar. Both looking good. Let's go ahead and check out the Aussie. Let's see what that looked like today. Okay, pull that on up right now, and we'll dive on into it. And let's see here. All right, so on this one, looking at the trade came on in, popped up at 3 a.m. We were already long. But another long came on up, 1, 2, 3. We actually don't break the high of the bar that hit the entry price. The low that is 87.01. Actually, our entry is 8,700, so we're right here. All right. So with that, and that can be tricky because sometimes just the width of your bars can be a little deceiving. But if I look at the low, it's 87.01. Entry is 8,700. Right here, we get a low of 86.99, and so I go on in, look at this. Okay, so we're in. Second bar triggers the first bar. Second bar breaks the high of the first bar. So again, either the first, second, or third bar after the entry have to break the high of the entry bar, or the second bar after entry has to break the high of the first bar after entry on a long. So since it does, we're in the trade, it goes down. It pushes down pretty low, but not low enough to hit our stop. Comes on back up, hits target 1 for us right there. Actually oscillates around and moves on up to target 2. But we did hit target 1, and it moved on up actually to hit eventually. And I don't think most people would have stayed in this, but, just to show you, I mean, it did hit target 2, and it also went ahead and hit target 3. Really only one early morning trade on Aussie. Everything else was, besides the trades from last night. But, right there, as far as today, that's all we've got so far. And so let's chill it out. That's why it's always good to monitor multiple markets. Going in, diving into the indices, let's check out the S&P. And let's see here, pulling that up. Give me 1 second. We'll look at it. And let's see here. Okay, so on the S&P, we go in, it comes down, bar 1, bar 2, bar 3. Oh, bar 2 doesn't break bar 1, bar 3 doesn't break, or bar 2 doesn't break bar 1, and bar 1, 2, and 3 don't break the entry bar itself. So we're in this trade, and 1, 2, 3 bars later, we're basically out of the trade at a small profit on the trade. Just bail and move on. Have not got a reset yet. We finally get a reset. It goes. It comes up. It gets to within how far of our high there, high 2034.25. That is within 5 ticks. Therefore, it's eligible for take profit. At a worst case, you had your 50% to target break even. So you should have at least been break even on that trade, if not taking profit. It comes on back down. It resets. It's a long trade, so bar closes with the high below the entry price. There we get a long and pops on up and hits our target. Right on back up there. Just playing right on the settlement one itself. Let's see here. That knocks out the S&P. Hopping on over, let's check out the Russell, see where the Russell's at. Give me a second, I'll load that on up. We'll dive into it. And okay, so Russell pretty packed there. Let's zoom this one out a little bit and then drag it on down. Control and then just drag. Okay, so that makes it a little bit easier. And let's look at what happened here. We got bar 1, bar 2. Let's see, this bar hits it, that bar right there, 1170. If you're trading it last night, breaks it by a tick. And so technically does get us in. And we have an entry 5, entry 5 of 1170. We do go down. So if you're trading that one last night, then you would have got nicked on that if you stayed in the trade. So right there we go in and we can change that one around. There we go. Haven't had to do too many of those today, which is nice. And then scrolling on over here, go long right here, right out of the gate in the morning, takes off, hits target 1 right there, and is able to take a nice little profit. and then we get a short. But when we get that short again, we go in and look at it right here. Short hits it. Bar 1 doesn't break the low of the entry bar. Bar 2 doesn't break the low of bar 1. Bar 2 and 3 don't break the low of the entry bar. So 1, 2, 3, we're out of the trade at a very small profit. Good thing we got out because it popped right on up against us and moved on over there. This came on down close to the entry, 1178.1, but did not trigger the entry, literally by a tick off of getting triggered on the entry. So we did not take that short right there. It's popping back on up right now, looking at a potential entry right there at 1183. If we do get that entry and we keep that entry through the confirmation of the 3 bars, then what's going to happen? That makes it look so big when you just stretch the arrow out. It's like it's just right there. Anyways, but if we do get the trigger, then we'll be targeting. Let me show you what the trade, so that way, like I said, trying to get you some layouts here. 1183, it's a pretty large stop on this one due to just where settlement is and how the market has been today. So it'd be a lighter size for you probably, unless maybe you're trading out of the money binary or low risk spread or hedged future with spreads, using those as your options to hedge your spreads. But right now, stop loss will be at 1179. Target 1 is 1186. Target 2 is 1188. Okay? And that's the summary for the Russell, and a little setup for you coming on up. Diving on in, checking out where we're at on our commodity markets. So go ahead and look at gold and pull gold on up. Give me just a minute. We'll have that one on here. Gold oscillating around on us quite a bit today. But let's see here. Obviously, you can see just the really obvious trades. We got the entry right there with the take profit. We got the entry over here, had not reset. Resets, 1, 2, 3, very small loss. Resets, 1, 2, sort of same thing. To sort of get that little, like right there. We're right at settlement. And just one thing I've learned is to be very cautious right around settlement. As far as just entering in, because the market can just really get stuck there. It is the ultimate magnet price. It's the ultimate deviation level. And it's just that one you want to, be cautious of. Coming on over here, looking at this, we got a entry to hop in, 1, 2, 3. Again, basically the exact same. It's just the exact same trade over and over again. So be careful on those settlements of re-entering again and again and again, or just, make sure you're using something with tight risk on it. We got a short going on right now as well. Looks like there's one more. And like I said, just over and over again, it's right there at settlement. I mean, you got one nice trade out of it. You got small losses. Basically, those at best about broke even for you. We got a short trade in progress, though. Moving on down here and going for 1156. We've hit a low of 1156.5. That is within the 5 take profit rule, so take profit could have already have taken place. We do have a couple other targets, though, if you are going to stretch it. If you are stretching it on down, make sure you have your stop at least at break even, because we've hit at least 50%. Right there, close to 50%, and in this case more than 50% to target 1. Target 2 on a short gold, we got target 1 is 1156. Target 2 is 1153 on gold. Okay? Let's see here. That pretty much summarizes where we're at on gold. Let's go ahead and check out oil and see where we're going on that one right now. Of course, that gold trade would only be if you were trading futures at this point, or because you're going to have a little the pits close at 130. Nadex closes on gold at 130, except for their weekly binaries. Oil just really chopping around, and it wasn't until this morning that it finally decided to do something and be a little bit productive. Got a couple trades right there, but right there in the morning hours. But it was pretty choppy. It was rough this morning overall. And you can see this last night, I mean, it was just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And pretty tough on the entries all the way around. This short right there was profitable. I'm just going to go through and mark them really quick. We got another one that just got in and hit the 50% mark right there. Got out at break even. Let's see here. Looking at that, pops up. We're able to take that. This one, we do have a reset. Goes down. Yeah, I mean, just stop, take profit, break even. I mean, just over and over and over again. I'm not going to mark up the 20 different marks, but it's a lot of chop, and it was a very rough morning on oil. Early morning hours. Afternoon session, profit, and then small loss, break even. So morning session good, but early morning session really, really choppy. All right, that summarizes most of the markets right there for you. Let's go in. Let's dive in and check out a few more things. Right now, we got Mike calling in from Dallas. And how's it going, Mike?
Well, how are you doing, Darrell? Listen, I just wanted to tell you, I've been listening to you for quite some time, but I'm a new subscriber to your day trading plan.
Awesome.
And I just want you to know it's just perfect. I've like you have, I've gone to a lot of schools and spent lots of money. This is very, very simple. It's just excellent, and it has really changed my attitude towards trading, and of course my wallet. And I'm just real grateful that there is someone as smart as you to do this. So I just want to say thanks. I don't have a complaint. I really don't have a question. I just, when you do something, it's nice for somebody to say it's great. So that's all I want. That's all.
That is fantastic, and there's nothing better to hear. That's what we do it for. So thank you very, very much.
You
really
bet,
appreciate
Darrell.
that.
Talk with you later.
All right, man. Talk to you later, Mike.
Bye-bye.
Bye. All right, that's Mike checking out the day trading plans. And thing going really well on that. As you've seen, we've been walking through them, just trying to get everybody down, get everybody accustomed. And this is really how to use these deviation levels as well. I've had the deviation levels for, I guess, a couple years that I've been publishing now. And so the next step was, okay, how can I get some day trading plans in with the deviation levels, sort of teach you how to trade off of them. You'll notice a lot of those entries, those stops, those targets are right around the deviation levels. And so putting the action to the levels themselves. Of course, they can be used in any system, the levels themselves. But it's nice to go through it. I mean, I'm looking at magnet pricing. I'm looking at deviations, of course. It's the final step is deviations. I'll get magnet prices, support resistance, trend lines, Fibonacci levels, previous day highs and lows, week, month, even previous years highs and lows when we're busting new areas for targets. And just seeing where Confluence brings all of it together in one spot to make it, a lot easier to check out and access. And I'm just trying to, build this into as many platforms as we can right now and get it out there. And let's see here. What else we got going on? Let's see. Zitow's asking a question. Not quite sure what he's got right there. All right, I'll just put a question mark in there for him. So they're doing great right now, and I've been very excited about how they've been working out, and a lot of positive reports coming in. All right, let's check out what we have coming up, some of the things on the roster for next week, and have that laid out for you. And we can also look at a couple other things that I like to check out. See, like one of the earnings we got. We see. Not sure if that Home Depot one's right. I have to check that. But let's see. What else do we have that I want to make sure that we cover before the show's over today? I think the last thing is I just want to talk about the 10-minute deviation stop method. And if you haven't used that before, how that works as a method that you can use in your own trading, especially if you're trailing stops. All right, stay right there. We'll be back right after this break.
You take a hands-on approach to managing your investment strategy. You're always looking for the next trading opportunity to magnify your perspective. Direction Shares connects sophisticated traders with a powerful array of ETFs from a wide range of asset classes. The markets may go up and down, and you want tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this rules, and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC. When you first learn something in life, you have the most questions as you begin to apply that knowledge, which is why Steve Rhodes came up with the idea for his 7-week trading program. It all begins Saturday, November 22nd, when Steve Rhodes will host a live 3-hour morning workshop where he'll teach his attendees the precise methodology he uses when placing trades. You'll then receive 6 weekly updates each Monday morning discussing the possible alerts currently setting up in the market. Steve will then bring everyone back together for a final 3-hour live workshop Friday, January 9th, where he'll discuss the methodology that went into each of the 6 weekly updates, making sure that you're confident in applying what you've learned so that you can begin navigating the market on your own. You can sign up right now for this entire 7-week trading program with Steve Rhodes for a one-time payment of only $395. If you're a Mastering Probability subscriber, then you can save an extra $100 off that price. For all the details, visit the front page of TFNN.com right now.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
Join David White as he keeps you up to date on the latest tech stocks while he uses his Power Law Vector Indicator to identify the best trades. The Power Trading Hour, next on TFNN.
All right, folks, come on back here to the Diagnostic Trading Hour. And one thing I was going to talk about was just the 10-minute deviation stop method. And just to pull up an easy example, I'm going to go in and pull up the pound dollar. Let's see here. Okay. Okay, so what I got is whenever you go through and you're going directionally, and the 10-minute bar closes, that gives you an indication of the direction of the trade. So bar closes below, then we got a short, okay? We have a stop right above, 5 ticks above the level. When it comes down and it touches a target, This is how you can trade between targets, by the way. Then you can move it down to 5 ticks below that price that did that. Now, in this case, I would go ahead and just tighten the stop down to like 5 ticks of this one, like right there, at least to break even, or lower, simply because, the bar is so big. But anyways, when that happens, you can go ahead and tighten that on up. Well, we go over here, we go long, okay, so we go long right there, we have our stop here, it goes up, we tighten it up again, so we get a really tight stop, because then it hits it, okay, it goes short. We're going short now, comes down, breaks below the deviation level, we get to tighten our stop again, okay, comes on down to the next deviation level, we get to tighten it again, closes below the next deviation level, we get to tighten it again, comes down to the next deviation level, we get to tighten it again, comes on down to the next deviation level, we get to tighten it again. Okay, we haven't been hit on that one yet. We're still going down. We come down to the next deviation level because we're at 1.5. So we come on down to 2 deviations, and we get to now tighten it again. So this is a very simple way to tighten your stops. Is a 10-minute bar that, basically ideally hits, or at least closes. Closes ideally, but at least hits a deviation level. You can tighten your stop 5 ticks above that bar when you're going short, or 5 ticks below that bar when you're going long. And that directional close after that has been hit, that stop has been hit and going the other way, it gives you an indication on direction. This can allow you to actually trade between targets despite what entries or targets are there versus having to miss all the trades. You can actually trade between the levels using the 10-minute deviation stop method, because that's where a lot of those targets, like I said earlier, are going to be built right on, especially if I spread it out a little bit more for you. You'll see that they're built right on those deviation levels, and it gives you a different way to trade them. In those circumstances where you may not be able to find a trade or see a really good trade setup, but you're just sort of watching it go down, 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 and you're like, come on, where is an entry? And you could actually be trading the targets down to the entries by using the 10-minute deviation stop method. So something that a lot of people really have not used that much, but I've taught this for years. Even right here on the show, I've taught this for years and years, going in to saying, hey, where is it? Like, okay, we got negative 0.5. All right, it hit it. We close down, we're short, we're in. There's a target right there. Okay, let's start playing between the targets. We know these are going to be important levels. Let's put our stop 5 ticks above it. Comes down. It hits another deviation level. Let's put our stop 5 ticks above it. Okay? Comes on down, hits another deviation level. Let's put our stop 5 ticks above it. Comes on down, hits another deviation level. Let's put our stop 5 ticks above it. Very, very simple method, but you could have played short all the way down on, the pound, like on this pound dollar example right here. And it is a totally different, like I said, it's a completely different method, but it is a pretty simple method. We had a long entry. Sorry, that bar sort of looks like it's short, but right on, you could have played short all the way into the long entry, playing the targets all the way using the simple 10-minute deviation stop method. So one of my favorite and most simplest methods that can be used in trading. I hope you all have a great day, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow right here on the Diagnostic Trading Hour. Y'all have a great day.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated fulvic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They've been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com. You're watching Tiger TV.